Hello, you're watching the Star News Update. I'm Quah. The government has repealed the 30% bumiputera equity requirement for local companies seeking public listing. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Razak says these companies, however, must now offer half of the public shareholding spread to bumiputera investors.
The comprehensive deregulation of FIC guidelines have been formulated to strengthen Malaysia's attractiveness as a place to do business and invest for Malaysians and foreigners alike. A facilitative business and regulatory environment which unleashes the full potential of the private sector is required, together with a new economic model to transform the nation towards a sustainable trajectory of higher growth, combined with a more effective distributional policy. The government is convinced the measures announced will benefit all stakeholders.
Najib also says that the Foreign Investment Committee (FIC) guidelines covering the acquisition of equity stakes, mergers and takeovers have also been repealed. He says the FIC will no longer process any transaction or impose any equity conditions on such transactions. Najib announced these and a slew of other liberalisation measures affecting the capital market at the Investment Malaysia Conference in Kuala Lumpur Tuesday. The Prime Minister also announced the setting up of a private equity fund called Equity Nasional Berhad, or Equinas. He says in his keynote address at the conference that Equinas has an initial capital of 500 million ringgit. That amount will later be enlarged to 10 billion ringgit. He says Equinas will focus on investments in sectors with high growth potential in line with the new economic model.
Ownership in a wholesale segment of the fund management industry will be fully liberalised to allow 100% ownership for qualified and fund management companies to establish operations in Malaysia. Second,
Najib says that for the retail segment, foreign shareholding limits on unit trust management companies will be raised to 70% from its current level of 49%. He adds that these measures are to strengthen Malaysia's position in the fund management and unit trust management of the capital market value chain. Health Ministry Director General Tan Sri Dr. Ismail Merakan says 40 new influenza A H1N1 cases have been reported. These include 11 imported and 3 locally transmitted cases. They bring the total number of cases to date to 158. He says that the cases involve 11 Malaysians and 3 foreigners, an Australian, a New Zealander and an Indonesian.
Daripada 11 kes import, mereka telah memberi sejarah melawat negara yang terjejas dengan wabak influenza A H1N1, iaitu seperti biasa Australia 4 kes, terbanyak sekali. Kali ini bukan saja di Melbourne 2, satu di Sydney, satu di Brisbane. Okey, Indonesia pun 4. 4. Singapura 2 dan New Zealand 1. Dan terdapat juga 3 kes jangkitan tempatan melibatkan kes warga tempatan.
He was speaking at a press conference in Putrajaya on Tuesday. The Court of Appeal has granted Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim a stay of execution against all proceedings in the High Court until it makes a decision on his appeal against the transfer order of his sodomy case. On Tuesday, the Court of Appeal overruled the prosecution's preliminary objection against Anwar's appeal and said it would hear the appeal. The High Court was supposed to hear on Wednesday the opposition leader's application to compel the prosecution to provide him with certain documents for the preparation of his defense. It will also hear Anwar's application to strike out the sodomy charge on July 8th. The trial has been fixed for the same day. Fans of pop singer Akon will have to wait a few more months to see him perform. Organizers said Tuesday the singer had postponed his concerts in the Philippines, China and Malaysia until later this year because of concerns over the H1N1 flu. In a taped message aired on ABS-CBN television Tuesday, Akon apologized, saying the postponement was because of unforeseen circumstances. He says tickets purchased earlier will be valid for the rescheduled concerts. The Senegalese-American performer is now scheduled to tour Asia from October 23rd to November 7th, starting in Manila. For more updates, log on to thestaronline.tv. I'm Quah. Thank you for watching.